Hello friends, welcome to another video. In this video, we are going to look into how we can improve visualization in the matrix visual or improve the look and feel of matrix visual. We are going to use a conditional formatting calculation groups and some other techniques to improve the look and feel of matrix visual. Let me first walk you through what currently how the matrix visual look like and what we're going to get to. So let's look at Power BI file. So here I have a very simple report where I have a matrix visual. I have created measures for months on the rows, and then I have a actually nine measures: sales MTD, previous month, variance, and similarly quarter date and year to date. Now a couple of challenges here. First of all, if I want to show, let's say, anything less than 10% in a red color, for example, a variance. So what I need to do is I need to apply the conditional formatting on various MTD, various QTD, and various YTD. And that's the one thing. So I need to apply conditional formatting at three places. Second thing, if I really want to highlight this in a bold color or make it bold, not bold color, but make it bold, I have no way to do that. I want variance. So let's say I want sales MTD, previous month MTD, and I want variance to be a bold and also conditional formatting applied to it. So unfortunately, there is no concept of bold that we can do right now out of the box, but we can take advantage of calculation groups and make it happen. So let me show you how that will work. Let's start creating a calculation groups and start building this matrix visual with the better look and feel. So first of all, what I did in my model is I created a table called comparison, and I have two options in this, which is called current and previous. I can have more if you wanted to, but in this demo I'm going to use this. So what this current and previous table is, it's a disconnected table, and we will use it in the matrix visual. So that's the first thing I did. And the second part I did is I created a calculation group. So let's actually create it from scratch. So what we're going to do is go to tabular editor, and maybe I will add a calculation group. Let's call it time intelligence. So what we're going to do in here is let's change the name to be period, and then add three time intelligence items. Let's say month to date, quarter to date, and year to date. So what we're going to do, again, I have done many videos on time intelligence and calculation groups. Do check out those videos. But again, I'm going to start here. So what in MTD, what we're going to do is let's return a measure which is sales MTD. The measure is already in the model, and sales QTD and sales YTD. These measures are just simple time intelligence measures. And if I apply this to my model, save the changes, and Power BI will ask to refresh. Yeah, so refresh now. Let's create another duplicate page. Just keep this page as it is. And what we're going to do here is we're going to month on X, and then the new table which we created, time intelligence period, and let's put this on our columns. And then now what we can do, we can remove everything from here, because the calculation groups we can use just sales MTD. And all right, so here we are getting excuse me, month to date, quarter date, and year to date as our values. This is perfect. Now we also want to see the previous month to date. So how we can do that? So this is where that disconnected table will come in the picture. So what we're going to do is that table I called comparison, and we will put the category on columns. So right now, so let's drill down to the next level. What we will see here is we will see month to date, and then current and previous, of course, same value. We haven't made any changes. and then the total. So total is our now, since month to date it's grouping it by together, so that's the total, and then this QTD and YTD. So this is what we're doing. So what we're going to do here is this total we are going to use as a variance, because this is bold and because it's subtotal, and put the variance percentage here. And current is working. In case of previous, we are going to return the previous month to date, and in this case previous year to date and previous quarter date and previous year to date. So let's go back to our calculation group. So what we're going to do is, so this is what our calculation group look like right now. So what we can do here is, what we can say here is, if selected value from our comparison table is current, then return sales MTD, otherwise return sales previous month to date, right? So we have two options only, current and previous. So in case of current is selected, then it's a current month to date, otherwise previous month to date. Let's apply this change and see how does that look like. Oops, there is an error, so missed a comma. Apply. So let's go back to here. So now here you can see, so we have a current and then we have a previous. As you can see, in February 2018 it's 477,993, and the previous is 481,561,598. so that's what the January is. I think I should change the format to two digit, or maybe no decimal. So what we can do is we can go back in here, our calculation group, and in the format string we can say maybe no decimal places. So same changes we are going to make into quarter data as well. I will just copy and paste this line, go to previous here, paste sales previous quarter to date, and format expression is going to be okay. So that's that. Now go to year to date, and format sorry, the previous year to date, that's, and the format expression is, oops, sorry. And now this should work now. So let's go back to matrix visual. Okay, so now we have a a current and previous. So as you can see, 48150 in February is what is in January. So a total of the previous. The reason why it's showing previous, because we have a condition: if category is current, then previous month to date. If category is current, then month to date, otherwise previous. So this is also falling in, not meeting the current condition, and that's why we are getting the previous one. Similarly here. So what we need to do is go back to our calculation group again. So all changes going to come from there. Okay, so what we need to do here is, to get variance in the total column, we are going to make small changes in our calculation item. So what we're going to do is, if is in scope, comparison category, if this is in the scope, then if it's current, then return sales month to date. If it's previous month to date, otherwise return our variance month to date, which is already a measure, a simple measure. Just quickly show that sales month to date minus sales previous month to date divided by sales previous month to date. So that's our variance column, and percentage. So now we got this variance percentage here. So let's quickly look how does this look up in here. So here you go. So now in place of total, we are seeing the percentage column instead of what we were seeing before. So we can change the format of this column as well. So what we need to do is go back to our calculation group. So here in the format string expression, we're going to say, if is in scope comparison category, then use this, otherwise use the percentage sign. So that would be this, let's see if this works. Okay, apply the changes and go back. Oops, what happened there? So there's an error. Oh, not equal to if is in scope, then this. Okay, let's go back. Here you go. So now, oh, percentage sign is wrong. But anyhow, we can now see the percentage here. So let's go and fix everything. I don't know what I'm thinking doing this. Okay, so I want to take this format and go to quarter to date, bring it down here, and year to date, bring it down here. And also is in scope, we're going to make the changes to return variance percentage QTD and variance percentage year to date. So let's apply these changes quickly. Okay, let's go and look. All right, so we have a percentage now in our total column, and then we can change the label of this to something else. So to do that, what we need to do is go into subtotals, and instead of total, we call it variance. All right, so current previous variance. So this is now working. So our variance is on the subtotal level, showing the percentage. The next part of this is going to be highlight this in a different color based on some conditional formatting. Let's look into that as well. Any percentage is less than 0%, then make the color red, font color red. So I already created a measure, simply call it color variance percentage month to date is less than equal to 0 red. Keep in mind I said variance percentage MTD less than equal to less than 0 is red, so which is month to date, and it is not for QTD and YTD. But since we are only using one measure in the value section here in the matrix visual, which is then further controlled by the calculation group, so we have to tweak our color condition in our calculation group. So let me show you what changes we need to make in calculation items. I already made those changes, and just to show you guys, so in MTD, what we have here is I put another condition. So if is selected measure is a color, if our measure is a color, then return the color measure, otherwise variance. Let me just quickly walk through this, what we did in the calculation item. So what we're doing is first we are checking if comparison category is in scope. And what does that means is we are doing is if we are looking at current and previous, in this case the comparison category is in scope. In this case it is in scope, but when it is a subtotal, that is not in scope. Similar with current and previous columns is in scope, but total, which is we change it to variance, is not in scope. So what we are doing here is we're saying, okay, if comparison category is in scope, and then we're checking if the comparison category value is current, then return the current month to date, otherwise sales previous month to date. And QTD case, we are doing return QTD current and then previous. So that's what we're doing, because comparison category has only two values, which is current and previous. So we are checking on current. And if comparison category not in scope, it means we are in the total section. So what we are doing there is, if we are in a total section, that's where we want to apply the conditional formatting, because the variance, the percentage is in the total section. So what we're doing is, if selected measure is a color, then return that color measure, otherwise return the variance measure. So that's what we are doing. And so basically, if it is not a color measure, and then return the variance, otherwise return the color. So that's what we're doing. So basically, when we are in a variance here, once we apply the conditional formatting using the color measure on this value measure we use on the value section, if that is a color measure, it will return the color, which is red in this case, color value, otherwise it will return the percentage. So let's apply that conditional formatting. So go to font color, and then we choose field value, and then we choose color. So that's our color. Okay, so now this should work, but for some reason it did not work. Yes, what we need to do is, which I missed to mention here, is that we need to change apply to totals only, because the variance column is actually in the totals, not on the values, which was selected as values only. So I should change it to totals only. So now once I apply that, as you can see, the color has been changed. And one more part of this which is very important to know is, when we are in QTD and YTD, we have to add this condition. So again, going back, we're checking if our scope is in a category column. Then if it is a current, then give QTD, otherwise previous QTD, and then we're saying if selected measure is a color. But in this case, we added this condition. So our conditional formatting is in this one. So what we're doing here is, we are saying if our variance QTD is less than 0, then red. We cannot straight use color measure as we did in MTD, because the color measure, if you remember, is the condition is various percentage MTD is equal to less than 0. But in this case, we want to check the variance of QTD, and in year-to-date case, we want to check the variance of YTD. If I don't do that, and if I just return the color measure here, it will look at the month-to-date percentage less than equal to 0, and that will lead to a wrong result. So that's why in this case, we need to add this extra condition. And now once we have that is done, so now our variance is showing as on the total column, and it is also conditionally formatted as the business logic we applied for the conditional format, and it is working as expected. And the final output which I created here is which look like something like this. We have a slicers here, so I can only see if I want, I can only see month to date, current, previous, and variance. And if I want QTD as well, and if I don't want to see the previous, for example, I just want to see the current and the variance, so I can pick now I can pick only current. And if I turn off select all, so what's happening here? So if I go current, and then it will only show current and variance, and I don't have the previous in here in case I have a need for that. Anyhow, I hope you learned few things from this video, and how with calculation groups and with ISINSCOPE function we were able to control how and where to apply the conditional formatting. Along with that, in the totals we were returning the variance instead of the actual values, so we able to improve our look and feel of matrix visual. And I hope this kind of some DAX functionality around the calculation items and calculation groups allows you to achieve certain behavior in matrix visual to meet your reporting needs. Let me know what you think, and do subscribe my channel. Until next video, have a good day. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.